Stop what you're doing, turn up the volume, and listen closely. The secret free energy device that caused Adolf Hitler to lose the war is about to eliminate your electricity bill for good. Are you tired of seeing your energy bill going up each year? Is the amount you're paying for electricity causing you financial strain? Do you feel like the power company is taking advantage of you, especially on those unbearably hot or cold days? If powering your entire home for free while getting paid by your electric company for your excess electricity sounds good to you, then this is the most important information you've ever had. So pay close attention. My name is Peter, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the machine that was destined to change the image of science. You will see the apparatus that Hitler wanted for his military equipment, producing free energy that you can start using in order to slash your electric bill with 68%, 85%, and even more until you get completely off the grid. An invention that was kept secret for more than 70 years could be your ticket to freedom. But let's start with the beginning. Karl Schappeller. Write down this name. This is the man who dared to defy Hitler's cruelty. A man whose principles went far beyond fame and fortune. Most importantly, this is the man who invented probably the most revolutionary free energy device in history. Karl Schappeller was born in a poorhouse in Orlsmunster, Austria. As a kid, he took apart everything he got his hands on, especially toys with motors, radios, and little engines. Unlike most children, he was fascinated by energy and what it was capable of doing. Studying nature for more than 30 years, coupled with an extraordinary power of perception, allowed him to penetrate deeper than any man before him into the essence of matter and energy, finding secrets that few know even today. He was never interested in making money, but rather creating something that would make a difference, something that would be useful to people. He used to say, anyone who sees in his own occupation merely a means of earning money degrades it, but he that sees in it a service to mankind ennobles both his labor and himself. Although clearly an inspired genius, Schappeller had no academic qualifications, social advantages, financial resources, or other trappings so necessary to scientists who are pioneering new fields. For 40 years or more, he continued his research undeterred and unafraid, even though he was surrounded by ignorance and prejudice. Because he refused to give certain powerful but nefarious organizations his secrets, the Austrian press was paid to use its poison pen to write slanderous articles against him, sullying his reputation. It wasn't long before frenzied criticism ran riot, founded on nothing more than abysmal ignorance of his work. Wild rumors spread, easily taking hold of the public's imagination. Schappeller is an imposter. He's committed every crime in the book, they shouted. Subject to every form of attack, he kept his peace and refused to come out in public and be confronted by all this confusion. In the 1920s, with his co-workers Dr. Franz Wetzel and L. Gefellner, he claimed he had discovered a new source of power. The information was published in a couple of pamphlets, but was soon forgotten and never put to use. As usually happens in these cases, no investors stepped forward to support Schappeller. They weren't interested in manufacturing a free energy device since there was no long-term profit involved. Things haven't changed much today. Big energy companies are still doing everything they can to suppress any and all inventions that might stop the flow of money that's lining their pockets. Throughout many long and painful years, Schappeller had one purpose and one purpose only. One task to achieve, to crown his lifetime of study and experimentation by actually producing and demonstrating the application of his greatest discovery, what he called the primary force or glowing magnetism. This is the mother force of all matter and energy, that which holds the world together. Oh, some money was raised, but never in sufficient quantity, nor under circumstances where it would have been possible for him to carry through the work undisturbed by fanatics who wanted to take control of it. With the entry of Hitler into Austria, the press was put to silence. For Schappeller, it was a new beginning. Being recruited into Hitler's army as the head of energy development sector, Schappeller focused on perfecting his revolutionary device, thinking that he finally had his chance to fulfill his dream. Although his intention was to create free and clean energy for people to use, Hitler had other plans. He needed this free energy to power his military equipment and his concentration camps. When the German invasion of Russia began in June 1941, Germany had the potential to defeat Russia and win the war. In the beginning, German victories were tremendous. Russian losses in men, equipment, and territory were unbelievable. But Russia is huge, with nearly endless resources. Its soldiers are tough, and its winters are terrible for anyone not fully prepared and equipped for them. When Hitler called Schappeller, telling him to speed up the process of building the device, he also mentioned what he really wanted to do with it. Visualizing this madman's diabolical plans, Schappeller realized that by helping him, he would be far from doing the good that he had dreamed of doing for the people of this world. Instead, he would be contributing to the Führer's evil plans, plans which would cause millions of people to lose their lives. Schappeller couldn't do that. It was too far beyond his principles. Being well aware of the high risk that they were taking, he, accompanied by 2 of his co-workers, deserted from Hitler's army. Had they been caught, they would have been executed on the spot. Without resources, without fuel, and without energy, Hitler was defeated. At the end, his famous Panzer tanks were destroyed because they didn't have the fuel necessary to move. Who knows, maybe Schapeller's device would have made the difference for Hitler in Nazi Germany. Maybe this particular apparatus would have changed history. That's something we'll never know. According to the stories that went around in post-Nazi Germany, Schapeller's device was somehow appropriated and further refined by a governmental organization of the German Weimar Republic, or Reichsworks Association, RAG. At least one aim of the RAG was to make Germany self-sufficient in energy production. Apparently, they published their intentions to utilize many of Schapeller's devices in a system of energy distribution throughout Germany, a system that would result in the total elimination of the electrical grid. It never happened. Just like many other free energy projects, the plans for Schapeller's device seem to have vanished. Until recently, when a German college classmate of mine made an incredible discovery. In the attic of his grandparents' house, which they had moved into after the war ended, he found Schapeller's blueprints. Apparently, one of the scientist's co-workers lived and died in that house. Unfortunately, the blueprints were in pretty bad condition, but after a few months of many sleepless nights, we, with the help of some of our professors, managed to decipher and recondition them. With the schematics in our hands, we couldn't wait to see if this device really worked or not. We started building it right away. It was much easier than we had imagined. And you know what? Not only did it work, but the results were astonishing. We started powering our home appliances. First a toaster, then the TV, the washing machine, the fridge. I have to admit, at the beginning this seemed like nothing but a fun project, but hey, month after month, my electricity bills were getting smaller and smaller. Until one special day when something extraordinary happened. For the first time in my life, the power company actually paid me for power. That's right, the tables had turned. Because I was producing so much energy with my new device, I was putting power into the grid, so they had to pay me. I gotta tell you, that check for $24.01 made me prouder than just about anything else I'd ever done. It was that day when I decided that I had to share this with the rest of the world. Karl Schapeller's legacy needed to come out in the light. They may have succeeded in burying the poor scientist, but they were not able to completely bury the secret that could have made his name immortal. That's how Schapeller's Generator was born. The device that will bring you true energy freedom and allow you to become energy independent. You will not only see your bill getting smaller and smaller, but you will make your home 100% immune to power outages, blackouts, storms, or domestic emergencies. So what is this device based on? The energy source that is tapped is aether energy, that is space energy. For those who have never heard of aether, maybe the simplest explanation is that aether is an energy source emanating from everywhere equally at once. According to Schapeller's philosophy, a change in space fabric, static potential, gave rise to so-called primary magnetism, which may be interpreted as a type of autogravitation. At a certain stage, the system reached an equilibrium gathering space fabric, and from it participated energy. When the energy density reached a required level, matter would be produced. The system would take up a spherical form in the natural state and become what Schappeller calls glowing magnetism. Glowing magnetism, he claims, constitutes the core of all planets and suns, the gravitational core, that is. This glowing magnetism then becomes the core that holds planets together. Schappeller utilizes the fact that the planets will always revolve around the sun. Even if you were able to stop them, they would immediately start to turn again. So he used this motive power, which is artificial sun, which he called stator, created on the artificial planets, which he called rotors, to obtain power. With this device, Schappeller has achieved something amazing. He has connected the Earth and the atmosphere and extending it into the cosmos by a connective conductor of a special type he produced, the largest element imaginable. This generated unimaginable amounts of energy. Basically, this is an implosion device which operates purely at the energy level. Energy is drawn towards the center through the magnets into the field of glowing magnetism and then radiated outward. I realize that this may seem really complicated, but believe me, it's not. The device is a simple hollow metal sphere which is dipolar, having a pole at each end. It is hooked up to a battery and to the ground and functions as half a rotor-stator system. It is filled with an electret, a fluid which in this case conducts magnetism. Energy enters at both the positive and negative poles, with the energy automatically being attracted to its respective pole. Other receiving spheres, up to 8, are positioned around the first sphere and form a power-producing unit. This device, by itself and unconnected to any sort of electric circuit, can produce magnetism of 1,000 times greater than known during the early 20th century. Here's live footage of Schapeller's generator running. It has been reported that toward the end of the war, the SS researched the possibility of using this device in the form of a death ray. It was also said that this device was envisioned as a levitation device for a flying machine. The actual levitation might have been caused by the particular electromagnetic radiation coming out of Schapeller's sphere. Schappeller also had something to say about the second law of thermodynamics, which discusses heat and entropy. He said there was another and unknown thermodynamic cycle which he called reverse thermodynamics. Schappeller built his spherical device primarily to demonstrate the principles behind this reverse thermodynamics. This technology has the potential of providing new motors for all kinds of applications and all levels of performance. New cars and locomotives, new airplanes, and all high-power engines may be served by this new power easily, cheaply, and reliably. This could literally be the new low-power technology. Besides generating power for your appliances, Schapeller's generator can be used as a battery, transformer, or antenna. The greatest thing about this device is that anyone can build it, no matter age or skill. Even if you've never built anything before, you can still build this device. I'll walk you step by step through the entire process, from choosing the tools to flicking your kitchen light switch on. All you need is a few cheap materials you can find anywhere, and a little enthusiasm. I'm not kidding. Even my sister, who is a magazine editor, managed to build Schapeller's device in a few hours. Trust me, she's not a technical person. She's the kind of person that always needs help when the TV remote control batteries need to be replaced. But seeing her getting this device up and running made me realize that practically anyone can do it. And of course, it's incredibly easy to build since it's all explained in a step-by-step video guide that even a 10-year-old can understand. Here's what you'll get with Schapeller's generator. Complete high-quality video tutorial to walk you through the project. Step-by-step written instructional guide with all the explanations to go along with the videos, complete blueprints and schematics included. List of materials you can find or order at any store for around $100. List of tools, most of which you probably have around the house or can borrow from a friend. Simply follow the Schappeller Generator program and you'll be shocked at how quickly you're able to build and install your very own home power plant and how much power you're able to generate right there on your property. Imagine slashing your electric bills 68%, 85%, and even more. Or even getting completely off the grid and make them pay you for a change. That's right. As soon as you've got this beauty up and running properly, your electricity production will be more than you can use. That will make your bills go negative, and you'll see yourself cashing checks from the electric company that's been ripping you off since you were born. Think about the savings. Let's say you save $80 a month, but trust me, it'll be a lot more. That's almost $1,000 a year. Money that you could spend with your family, instead of giving it away to hungry fat cats that own those electric companies. Want to hear some other benefits of this device? It is portable, meaning you can take it with you and use it for whatever you need. It's perfect for power emergencies. No more freezing in the winter when the power goes off because of snowstorms. You won't have to install it on your roof like solar panels and worry about the weather forecast all the time. You can basically install it anywhere you want. It is completely environmental friendly. No fumes are involved. No fuel is necessary. Over the last months, I've helped thousands of hardworking Americans just like you to escape their governmental-controlled electricity addiction and learn how to create their own power faster, cheaper, and easier than you've ever thought possible. Here's what some of the folks I've helped have to say about it. This device is simply amazing. I'm using it for my house, for my business. I think it's the best investment I've ever made in my life. Thanks a million. Cliff Johnson from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Look, free energy devices are no big news for me. I've tried many, but Schapeller's Generator is the only one that really got my motors running. I'm proud to say it only took me 2.5 hours to build it. Thanks, Pete. Adrian Brown from Little Rock, Arkansas. Me and Lena, we're not young anymore, and money is really short. I just can't thank you enough for this incredible machine. Since the day our 12-year-old nephew helped us build it, the electric company has stopped ripping us off. Harry and Lena from Dayton, Ohio. Keep in mind, though, that this is our third attempt to make this public. The electric companies are always trying to ban us, since spreading this news would mean that they would go bankrupt. All right, Pete, but how much for this amazing guide? Well, the regular retail price for Schapeller's Generator is $167.99. But you know what? It's probably difficult for some of you to shell out that much money. I can understand that. That's why I've decided I'm going to make this a really no-headache decision for you. And I want you to experience for yourself how easy this actually is. So I'll offer it to you for just $49.99. And the only reason I'm charging you this money is to cover our research and development costs. All you have to do to get the video guide, step-by-step instructions, book, and list of parts and tools is click the Add to Cart button below, which will take you to our secure order page. Oh, and there's more. The truth is, this is basically free. Actually, it's better than free. Listen, I know money might be tight for you right now, and I want you to feel 100% confident about grabbing Schapeller's Generator today. That's why I'm going to offer you a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Here's how it works. Simply click the Add to Cart button below, grab your copy of Schapeller's Generator, dig into the material, read the easy-to-follow manuals, watch the videos, use this stuff. If you aren't 100% satisfied, or if you don't believe with all of your heart that using this system will save you money and help you and your family become truly safe and energy independent at any time, simply let me know anytime over the next 2 months, and I'll refund your tiny investment right away, with no questions asked. That's my 60 days money-back guarantee, personally, from me to you. But wait, just to prove how much I care about you becoming energy independent, I've included 3 valuable bonuses just for trying out Schapeller's Generator today. These bonuses are yours free, even if you decide that Schapeller's Generator isn't for you. Bonus number 1, 10 easy steps to build your solar panels. The solar revolution of the last 2 decades has made solar energy an increasingly powerful force in the energy arena. One of the most effective methods of using solar power is producing electrical power with photovoltaic solar panels. Now, purchasing a popular commercial solar system can run you as much as $10,000 or more without installation. But how about building your own? You can do this by following the 10 easy steps to build your solar panels guide. It's time for you to join those who benefit from the fantastic power of the sun. Bonus number 2, magnetic energy made easy, the fuel-less engine motor. This device is inspired by Ed Gray's engine, but it contains a special coil design which makes it more efficient. Anyone can run this motor on 300 to 1000 volts DC, and it's completely free energy. It's a way of producing magnetic power, which can be used to power a generator for keeping your battery backup system charged, or supplying power for your entire home. Unlike solar and wind power, which depend on how much sun or wind you have in your area, this type of energy is produced unconditionally. Bonus number 3, quick guide to bring your batteries back to life. In this world, nothing lasts forever. Yet you need the batteries for your battery backup system to last. Even so, after long use, it's common for your batteries to become damaged and need replacing. There are a lot of things that can affect the normal functioning of these batteries. But don't worry, most batteries can be brought back to 100% of their original capacity. Restoring batteries is a way to save money and also to help the environment. Just use the quick guide to bring your batteries back to life. If you've watched this far to this video, you could probably already feel how much simpler and easy this is than anything you've ever seen before. And I bet you can imagine how great it's going to feel the next time a storm comes rolling through your town, blowing over trees and knocking out power lines, knowing that you and your family will be sitting warm and safe and happy, while everybody else is huddling around candles and shivering through the night. All you have to do to get started and experience real results for yourself, kick your power addiction, and even help save the planet, is click the Add to Cart button below. You simply enter your credit card information in our secure payment processor on the next page, and we'll get the complete package out to you. You need to hurry though. As I mentioned before, this is our third attempt to keep this website up and running for as many people as possible to access this information. The energy fat cats are just around the corner, waiting to shut us down any minute. We're not really sure how long we'll be able to stay online, so it's up to you. Either wait for another chance for breaking free from the greedy electric companies and changing your life, or act now and solve this problem for good. Let me ask you a question. How much money are you giving away to power your home? Probably hundreds or thousands of dollars per year. Well, after so many years of working tirelessly to pay off that huge electricity bill, you need a change. No more sweating it out, waiting for the postman to come with that dreaded envelope. Listen, when it comes down to it, this isn't about saving a couple of bucks or getting back at the power company who's been ripping you off for years, although it's pretty cool to do that. It's about taking care of your family, about their freedom and yours. And with my generous 60-day guarantee, there's really no way you can lose. I don't want to pressure you here, but you've got a really simple choice to make. Right now, as you watch this video, you're at a crossroads that's going to affect not just your bank account, but your happiness, your security, and the safety of your family for years to come. You've really got just two options. 1, do nothing. Leave this website behind and keep acting like a power Nazi around the house, constantly worrying about every last kilowatt of power. Let your summers get hotter and winters get colder while you're left with astronomically high energy bills each month. 2, get Schapeller's Generator Guide and start generating power for you and your family in shockingly little time. If you leave this site and try to come back later, our website might be bumped again. If that happens, God knows when we'll be able to sneak back online. So stop being robbed by the electric power companies. You deserve free, reusable energy to heat or cool your home, light up your life, and operate your home appliances. Don't waste your energy on expensive experiments. Act now. Thank me later.